Hey everybody, Week 11 recap. You got a little shot of Leroy there, resting on the couch. I got Daisy on the other side, so I've got my bookends. All right, so Week 11, as we all know, the big story was Taysom Hill. Hard to deny that. Everybody, I'm sure, knows about it. Taysom Hill last week was listed as a quarterback and a tight end. So technically, ESPN was allowing him to be used as a tight end. He was used as a tight end by We Want Ivanka, who ended up beating Rolling with Mahomes 112-84. Now, I will say that even without Taysom Hill, We Want Ivanka would have won the game, even if you take away all 26 of his points. He still wins. But he wouldn't have had high score. The other league we play in, for what it's worth, he had high score in that league also using Taysom Hill. He would not have won his game in that other league. So it just is not a good situation. And also ESPN has already named Taysom Hill, or changed his designation this week to quarterback only, which of course makes sense because he's only playing quarterback this week, just like he only played quarterback last week. So congrats to We Want Ivanka, but it's just a win that doesn't feel so good. Hopefully it doesn't affect playoff seeding. We Want Ivanka is now 7-4. They would have been 7-4 either way, so they're in good position to have a playoff spot. But hopefully those extra points don't make the difference if there are teams tied for a playoff spot for seeding or whatever. We Rolling with Mahomes with the loss fell to 6-5 and fell into second place in the Fauci division. Fear the Wax beat Gunning for You 97-93. This was definitely the best game of the week. It came down to last night, the Monday night game, where Gunning for You had Tom Brady and Cooper Kupp going. Fear the Wax had, Robert Woods and somebody. Hold on a minute. Oh, I think it was Ryan Suckup. Those two, great football game, first of all, great NFL football game with two good teams. And you're hearing it here first. I say the Rams are going to the Super Bowl this year from the NFC. Robert Woods had a huge game. Cooper Kupp had a huge game. The big difference was that Woods got into the end zone. Kupp did not. Brady was okay. It looked like Gunning for You was going to win, but in the second half, the Rams defense really rose up and kind of shut the Bucs down. So Fear the Wax ends up pulling out a 97-93 win that literally went down to the wire. Really good fantasy football game to move Fear the Wax to 8-3 and drop Gunning for You into a tie in the Burks division at 6-5 I guess they're in a tie for third place, but with a 6-5 record. But those points helped them as far as playoff seeding and positioning too, as they've kind of come up a little bit. Actually, Gunning for You's in fourth in the division. Sleepy Joe and We Want Ivanka are both 7-4. Let's see. In the other game that had to do with the game that had to do with father-son this week, it was my sorry squad, Leroy Stop Barking, beating Michael's Minions 71-56. Not a very impressive game by most anybody in this one. As I said last week, really, it would have been better for Michael to win in terms of playoff seeding, since Leroy can't make it. I guess the only saving grace is that it saved me from putting a dress on for the recap this week, or something else, equally embarrassing, since with the win I did not fall into last place. I believe the last place team now is Team Smack, so I think it's time for you, Team Smack, to step up and give us something. Since you're now the last place team, maybe you ought to do something, send it out to the league that's going to memorialize your status. Or we can wait till week 13 and see who it ends up being then. Mask Aversion won a big game over More Than a Thielen, 82-80. This also was a game that was tight. Came down to the wire. Let me see real quickly here. Yeah, because it was Aaron Rodgers, who had a big game against the Colts with 31. For More Than a Thielen, Kirk Cousins basically equaled Rodgers. He had 30. And Adam Thielen had 24, monster game. So it looked like More Than a Thielen was going to pull the game out, but Mask Aversion with some late points won this one. 82-80. So Masca with the win moves to 7-4, first place alone in the Fauci division. Again, that division, I mean, I guess there are 3 teams at 7-4 or better in the Berks division. Masca is the only one now in the Fauci, so they've got the inside track now for a division win and a first round bye in the playoffs. More Than a Thielen at 4-7 now is not done, but almost done. Another big win went to Sleepy Joe's medical staff, 83-51, beating Team Smack. Team Smack fallen to 3-8. Sleepy Joe is now 7-4. Justin Herbert again. I mean, every week this guy, 33 points. Kelsey chipped in with 18. Dalvin Cook was fantastic again for Team Smack with 21, but Tua got benched, and there was nothing else really to keep her in the game, as this one turned out to be kind of a blowout. And in the other one, it was the new team, Giuliani and Powell LLC, beating Catalina Wine Mix in 76-67. I'm kind of digging the name, the Giuliani and Powell. I don't know if any of you guys saw the press conference that Rudy had with Sidney Powell and Jenna Ellis. Rudy had like some streaks of makeup literally running down his face because he was sweating like a dog. He kept on wiping his face off, but it was forehead, but he wasn't getting the streaks of dark makeup that was literally like sitting on his face all that time. It was hilarious. He is a piece of work. America's mayor, who's become the America's laughingstock lawyer. And then with that Sidney Powell, what a whack job. So, but anyway, Giuliani and Powell got the win and moves to 5-6, keeping them alive in the playoff hunt. Like I said, 76-67 for the Wine Mixin. 4-7 looks like pretty much curtains. See how those receivers did for the Catalina Wine Mixin. Mari Cooper 8, not bad. Antonio Brown 5, Travis Fulgham 0. So he got outscored at the receiver spot 30-13. Just messing with you, Mark. So anyway, big win for Giuliani and Powell LLC. So that's it. I guess we'll do the picks before the Thanksgiving games, and see you guys in a couple. There's Leroy.